You're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
Everyone, deep breath. Okay, we had a great week of practice, but none of that matters if we don't go out and do tonight what we worked all week on. You have to push through everything, push until the end, fight for every little thing, and that starts with warm-up. Let's stay in our bubble and stay focused on us, because we're all that matters. On three now. 1, 2, 3, now! Push back, up. Step in and pull up as you step in. Thank you. Good girl. Your aerial to scale, okay? It's what we worked on all week. And it's like I said in that locker room, we can work all week, but if we don't put it in practice here, it doesn't matter, okay? You're patient off that table, you keep that head in, it'll be nice around that bow, that way you can squeeze, keep those hips flat, and you're ready for landing, okay? You're aggressive and you attack this ball. Trust yourself, push yourself. There it is. Yeah! Great job, good girl. Come on, Soph. Come on, get it. There you go. Let's go. Way to fight, good girl. Let's go, Kylie. Up. Yeah! Great job, that is how you do it, good girl. Proud of you. No, we did a great job of bouncing back, right? Okay? We've got lots of ways to improve. We've got lots of details to focus on and lots of ways to get better. Okay? On three now. 1, 2, 3, now!
It starts as a game, a gathering of friends. And slowly, as some begin to sit back, others stand out. The joy of playing turns to passion. And as the skills develop, so do the minds. And they begin to seek challenges, peers, and mentors to further their abilities and opportunities. The love and passion becomes a thirst for people in a place
we make history today in Pittsburgh
that will embrace and push, a hunger for excellence, and to be in and among champions. These are the dreamers, scholars, leaders. These are the guides, teachers, mentors. And this is the opportunity, the challenge, the place. This is Pitt Beyond the Script.
This week on Pitt Beyond the Script, we'll catch up with Coach Capel as his Panthers battle through the ACC and hear how he's applying some of the lessons he's learned over the years to helping his young team. Our cameras will be at the Pitt for the Life Skills Department's Dress for Success event, preparing student athletes for a lifetime of success. You'll get to know one of Coach White's Panthers, Jasmine Whitney. And to celebrate the inaugural class of the Pitt Athletic Hall of Fame, another Panther profile with basketball great Charles Smith. This week on Pitt Beyond the Script.
What a phenomenal world we live in, where the impossible is anything but. No matter the game, we are always playing for Pittsburgh. On the biggest stages, amplifying the quietest voices, leveraging knowledge for society's gain, the builders of the future. We empower minds. We ignite fire and soar higher. Hail to Pitt.
To be a leader in business, you need a global perspective. The strength and the reputation of the University of Pittsburgh Joseph M. Katz Graduate School of Business gives you a world of opportunity. Our Executive MBA Worldwide program is tailored to the unique needs of high-level business executives. The hands-on program will advance your career and your global network as you study on campus and abroad. Be ready to lead in a global world. Be Katz ready.
Hello and welcome to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head coach Jeff Capel of the men's basketball team. I'm Rob King. A lot to get to with Coach Capel today. So let's begin with your last couple games, Clemson and Syracuse. I guess good news, bad news. Bad news was slow start for the team. The good news is that the team continued to battle right through the final whistle.
Yeah, we did. In both games, we had poor first halves. Against Clemson, it was on both ends. It was defensively and offensively. Syracuse, it was more offensively. We really struggled to score against them, and I thought we actually had some good looks, especially to start the game.
Beautiful shoulder pass to Allison.
Penetrating move, and there's an alley-oop jam. And that is Terrell Brown from the X-Man.
I thought we allowed the frustration of missing some shots affect our defense a little bit, but we were able to chip back away, in the second half against Syracuse.
Big three by Wilson.
Had a couple of chances to get it.
Here come the Panthers.
We were right there in striking distance, but had some mistakes, missed some free throws, and against a really good team, you can't do that. At Clemson, again, we cut it to 10. I think we got it to 9 at one point in the second half, but we had dug ourselves such a deep hole that it was hard to get out.
Are the fast starts or starting better, I should say, part of the learning process for a young team?
It is. We just have to play better. That's the main thing. We have to play better, and we have to fight through adversity better. We have to fight through fatigue. We have to fight through frustration, and we have to understand that we have to do it together. It's not one person. We have some guys on this team. They have a great competitive spirit, and it's one of the reasons, why we love them. But that can be used against you too. And so it's coming from a great place of, I have to do something. I need to make a play. But we need to constantly understand that we need to make the play, and we need to be connected, and we have to do it together.
One of the things we are hearing from coaches who come into the Pitt, whether you're talking about Roy Williams, Mike Krzyzewski, Jim Boeheim, is that you've gotten their attention. The team's gotten their attention. They've talked about coming in here and being nervous about, scared about playing Pitt at the Pitt. Is that something that you can share with the players and say, look, progress is being made?
Well, one of the things that I am very proud of, and I said this to our guys right before we were getting ready to go out on the court against Duke. It's the last thing I said to them. We huddled up. I had everyone get their hands in, and I said, look, I want you to take a second and look around. Just look at the place. And it's sold out. Look at this environment. Like, you guys have done that. You guys have created that with how hard you play, with how we fight, how we compete. And let's go out and have some fun. And to have that same crowd against Syracuse, another sellout, passion, energy in the building, I think that is a testament to how we are growing and how we're getting better and how we're growing as a program. Obviously, we'd love some tangible things as far as wins and to get that, but we understand it's a process, and that's something as a head coach, as the leader of the program right now, I have to keep in perspective, and I have to continue to help our guys keep it in perspective. But at the same time, we are all competitors. We want to win. You've
had some good showings on the road. At NC State was a game that came down to the wire, obviously. But what makes it different on the road? What makes it harder in the ACC? Is it the quality of the competition? Is it the environment? Is it the young guys on the road? What is it?
I think it's all the above. Certainly the environment. You're out of your comfort level, so to speak. These programs in the ACC, they have a lot of pride. And when you go there, you can feel it, you can experience it, just like when people come here, they're able to experience it now and feel it. Opponents feel the pride that's in the Pitt. Our youth, that is a big thing. No one in this program has won a game on the road here at Pitt. And so that's something we have to break through. We don't have the experience to do that yet. We have to do it together. And then certainly the talent. I mean, these teams are really, really good in this league. You don't get a night off. And so, again, we have to do it together. We have to stick together. We have to fight together. And we have to put together two halves where we put ourselves in the best position to do that.
We've talked over the weeks, and we'll talk in the coming weeks about some of the things you're looking for out of your program. But you get a couple early wins. You get on a little bit of a losing streak. How much of it for you, for these young players, do you have to talk about that and keep their spirits up? Or are they just young enough where their spirits are already up?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of both. We do talk about it, but more we talk about the things that we have to do to correct it. We have to come out with the mindset of being incredibly together. Remember what I told you guys from the beginning. 5 is 1. 5 is 1 is powerful. We can't have 1 that's off. You can't punch like that. You gotta have 5 is 1. That's the main thing. Like, we have to do it. No one's gonna feel sorry for us, and you don't want anyone to feel sorry for you. There are things that we are doing that we can correct, that we can do to control this a little bit better. We have to minimize our mistakes. We have to play with confidence. That's a little bit harder when you're going through, a stretch like we're going through right now. But we have to have that. And so that's where we have to continue as a coaching staff to encourage, to try to uplift, and to continue to preach staying together.
All right, we have much more coming up with Coach Capel when we continue next on Pitt Beyond the Script. Pitt Beyond the Script will return after these messages.
I think the key component of a good environment for learning is a sense of partnership. The students need to feel that they have a stake in their own learning. I think that the key to that, creating that kind of environment, is making the connection. In the Benedum Hall on the 3rd floor, one place in the corridor, you'll see table tennis. We are all there, almost equal, playing a game of table tennis and exchanging ideas. So I think this kind of seamless integration of work and relaxation is what helps you make that connection. So you ready for the exam? And so once you connect and engage the student, you can tailor your delivery of knowledge to match that student's expectation.
Pitt fans, this is your chance to cheer on the Panthers and fill the Pitt for a great cause. Join us to honor and support those whose lives have been affected by cancer and help us pink the Pitt on Sunday, February 10th at 2 p.m. as Coach White's Pitt Panthers take on the Miami Hurricanes. A portion of each ticket sold will be donated to Susan G. Komen Pittsburgh. The fun starts at 12:30 with activities for the kids and the family, and every fan will receive a free Pink the Peterson t-shirt while supplies last. Visit PittsburghPanthers.com and help pink the Pitt.
Represent a lot. Family, Pitt, my team, my coaching staff, everyone.
Whitney around the rim and in.
Just to go out there with the jersey on and try to just play your best, It's a reflection on you, your team, coaches, how hard you work. It's important.
Whitney throws it, baseline, Walsh wants a 3.
I'm Jasmine Whitney. I'm from Centerville, Virginia. I'm a junior. I'm majoring in psychology with a minor in administration of justice.
Finders keepers off the window, and a follow-up by Whitney.
When did I fall in love with basketball? I've been playing basketball since I could walk.
Swatted into the hands of Whitney.
My older brother played basketball, so at all his practices, I was on the sideline, rolling the ball until I was big enough to dribble it.
Whitney driving on the other end will go to the free throw line. Really starting to feel confident.
My dad and my mom kind of pushed me into the sport, and I just fell in love with it. I love the competition.
And it's poked away by Jasmine Whitney. Whitney goes all the way, left-hand layup good, and that gives the Panthers the lead again.
Once I started getting like 9, 10, I really started playing a lot all year round. I was always trying to beat my brother one-on-one, and that kind of helped, so.
And Whitney wants a 3 and hits it.
8th grade really kind of started the recruiting process, and I just ended up here. Loved the atmosphere, the school. I really was drawn to the school part. The family atmosphere within the team. That was very important to me, and I got here and I got on campus and I just felt it. Trying to bring us all together, and our motto this year is all in, and throughout that you get the good, the funny side, you get the coaching side, but it's really all love, and I love it.
Whitney and Walsh. Whitney gets the tip and the finish off the nice feed from Walsh.
What a great play.
Whitney again to the basket.
Great energy, and that's what Lance White wanted to see from his team.
When he first got here, you don't really know until you get to practice. Like, what he's saying, is it going to be true? Is it going to be real?
Make y'all the best basketball team we can possibly be. We can be great. God, today I got so excited coaching you guys.
And his energy carried over. What he said, he did. He told us it was going to be tough, but he was going to love us and joke with us after, and that's what it is.
We cannot waste days. We cannot waste possessions. Mad today because we weren't able to finish. We didn't have a fourth quarter mentality today. Tomorrow, we got to come with a fourth quarter mentality. What are you going to do? What are you going to hold yourself to?
He's making us better every day, but also coming up, giving us a high five, joking around with us after practice.
1, 2, 3,
The most important thing I've learned from basketball for my life is a little bit of patience and leadership.
Back at the top, has to have the shot from Whitney off the glass and in.
Everything's not going to go as planned. In the games, you got to make quick decisions. You also have to be patient, take it in, see what's going on, analyze the play, and I think that's important in life because right now, got to be patient. I don't know what I'm going to do in life. You got to analyze everything and see where life goes.
Jasmine Whitney, and the Panthers are up 10.
I'm Jasmine Whitney. I'm the point guard here at Pitt, and you're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
Gets it over to Whitney, spot up 3, and it's good. Jasmine Whitney rolls it around, and she has 14 points.
Charles Smith was the first blue chip 5-star talent from outside Western Pennsylvania to come to Pitt and give the program a national identity.
Charles Smith arrived at Pitt in 1984 with huge expectations, and man did he deliver on both ends of the floor.
He was very good inside, outside, very versatile, could play either spot, the power forward or the center position sometimes.
He had the skills of a guard, he had the mindset of a guard. One thing that really impressed me about him, even as a young player, his stroke from the foul line. Again, it was a guard stroke. He didn't look like a 6'10" guy struggling to get the ball into the basket from 15 feet away. It was just a natural thing for him.
Charles is that nationally known player that gave us some credibility in the Big East Conference, which we had just entered a couple years prior to that. Charles is another one that made other players better on his team and elevated the team to a spot in the Big East where we were challenging for the championship every year.
Charles would finish his career with 2,045 points, the most ever by a Pitt basketball player.
Probably one of the most prolific scorers in college basketball.
Charles played quite a few years in the NBA. I think he started with the New York Knicks, was his first team. Then I think he ended his career with the LA Clippers. But again, he was a very similar player to what he was at Pitt.
Charles Smith was a complete basketball player. The first big man Pitt had who could do it all. Shoot, rebound, pass, block shots. And he was a tremendous teammate too and helped elevate the program to the national level.
You already have the initiative to get started, a desire to want more, to be challenged, to be pushed, and to be coached and mentored when you hit hurdles. The professional MBA program at the University of Pittsburgh's Katz School of Business offers hands-on, experience-based learning through an innovative blend of online and in-person courses, allowing you to earn your MBA at your own pace, on your own schedule. Exceed your goals and see new, brighter ones for tomorrow.
What a phenomenal world we live in, where the impossible is anything but. No matter the game, we are always playing for Pittsburgh. On the biggest stages, amplifying the quietest voices, leveraging knowledge for society's gain, the builders of the future. We empower minds. We ignite fire and soar higher. Hail to Pitt.
You're watching Pitt Beyond the Script. Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head coach Jeff Capel, Rob King. And coach, I want to pick up some of the conversations we're having about your young players. For them, and I think a lot of fans don't understand this, these guys are stepping into something totally different from high school. The grind is different, the academic workload is different. what can you call upon from your time as a freshman player that can empathize with these kids and help them get through this?
You know, you talk about your experience and just how you were able to push through. I was very fortunate as a freshman. I wasn't relied on as much as the freshmen that we have here. I was a good player and I played good minutes, but we had the best player in the country on our team that was a senior in Grant Hill, who had won 2 national championships, had all the experience. Another guy, Antonio Lang, who had been a part of starter on 2 national championship teams. So I had the luxury of having that, of having someone show me the ropes. For us as a coaching staff, we're having to do that with these guys. And so you bring them in, you talk to them, you watch tape with them, you try to point out, like a guy like Trey McGowan's who's struggling. You know, really what's happened is that you've become the focal point. Trey has become the focal point of a scouting report. That's something that wasn't that way. So teams are preparing to try to take him out. And they've done a pretty good job of that the last 5 games. We have to continue to help him and put him in positions, and then he can't get down on himself. That's an area of growth. You know, and so we have to rely on those experiences that we had as college players, me and my brother, particularly in the ACC, of being guys that were freshmen that played a lot of minutes on good teams.
Is another part of the freshman growing process, consistency? I mean, I think Pitt fans can look, boy, if you could take this game from Terrell and this game from Xavier, we could beat anybody.
I think that's a big part of it. And again, we don't have a reference point as the young men on our team. They don't have that. And so they're figuring all this stuff out on the fly. And we had a little bit of success early. You know, we were able to win 2 games against 2 outstanding opponents. And then we had some almost games. And the last game against Florida State, I thought it may be the best game that we've played on both sides of the floor. And we were able to win that game. And then you start a tough stretch where you're, and that's the other thing. You know, the last game, you know, we're at Syracuse, you have Duke at home, you're at Louisville, you're at Clemson. You know, we were talking, you know, Clemson has 5 guys on their team out of their top 6 that are college graduates. So these are men, these are 23, 24-year-old men that you're playing when we have 5 guys that are new. This is their first time playing in the ACC. And so that also hurts a little bit too. And so the teams you're playing against are good. And so we have to keep pushing, we have to keep fighting, we have to keep encouraging, we have to stay positive, and we have to do it together.
You were a head coach, assistant coach, head coach, step back to an assistant coach, now a head coach again. What experiences have you learned this time around for you as a head coach that you're trying to impart to your kids? What's been different? What things have you tried to do the same? What things have you tried to do differently?
Well, I think I'm a different coach. I think I have a lot more experience, you know, especially when you go through adversity and you go through failure. You know, getting fired was very hard, but in a lot of ways it was good. You know, I learned a lot, and going back to Duke especially and being there for 7 years and having a chance to watch and to learn, I learned so much. And so you understand it's a process, and you're gonna have growing pains, but you have to fight. You have to fight your way through them. My career prior to coming here at Pitt and prior to going back to Duke as an assistant, to be honest with you, was a little bit of a fairy tale. It was abnormal. I was an assistant for 2 years. I was a head coach at 27. I was a head coach at a high major at 31. And my 3rd year there, I take a team to the Elite 8, and we finished 5th or 6th in the country, whichever poll you looked at. I hit some adversity. I think all those things have really helped me grow as a man, grow as a coach, and help better prepare me to help the young men that I'm coaching, you know, as we face adversity and as they face adversity.
In the meantime, I believe you're the only staff in the country that has as many head coaches as assistant coaches. How does that help you? How does that help the staff?
You know, it helps a lot because they understand what it's like to sit in that seat. You know, you don't understand it until you're in it. I mean, and it's a big difference. I mean, I look at the last 7 years and now, you know, it's different. You know, it's very, very different. And you forget about it because you've been in the other seat for 7 years. And so to have people that have the experience of being a head coach, that know what it's like, they can rely upon things that they went through, things that they did. I want them to have the freedom, you know, to coach. You know, I don't want them holding back. If they see something, speak up. Those guys are really good on the court with guys. They're really good watching tape with them and helping them get better.
Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We have more to come here when we return on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Have fun being together. and for 40 minutes, fight together. If we do that, we'll win the game. Fight together. All right, here we go. Come on, go. Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
We are here in the Campus View Club of the Peterson Event Center, where we're about to take part in our first workshop under our Professional Etiquette Training Series.
Hello and welcome to the Dress for Success Fashion Show. This is part 1 of the Professional Etiquette Training Series.
And at the end of all 3, you're gonna have a great professional presence, you're gonna know how to make a great first impression, and we're gonna send you on your way looking good, and your words and actions will match up.
We actually recruited a number of our staff members and coaches who also pose as models, helping us share the story of what to wear, how to wear it, but also why it's important to wear certain styles of dress.
So in the first 30 seconds, someone's mind can get made up about you prior to you even speaking.
Having that knowledge base of who you are, how you present it with confidence, you are able to now provide that brand or that presence that you want.
I am doing them because 1, I need more business attire, but 2, I feel like they are going to be very helpful for me in the future.
We got to learn how to dress in business professional, cocktail evening, business casual, and even game day attire.
We actually talk about the 12-inch space that's framed around your face. For Derek, he has a very clean-cut haircut, clean-shaven, glasses are a part of who he is.
Being that I am signing up for a lot of events that require me to dress up in these types of attire, I feel like it's something that can help me pass the time when I get out of Pitt and right now as I'm going through this process.
Being conscious of where you are in making your decision today and where you will be 15, 20 years, those tattoos, those markings, those piercings, how exposed they will be, we want you to understand that yes, it's a decision you will have to make, but understand the longevity of what that decision has an impact on in the field you want to pursue.
Buttons on the suit jacket, meaning that if you have 2, top one always, bottom one never. And if you have 3, top sometimes, second always, and bottom one never. And always unbutton when you sit down.
Because it bunches up on you and it doesn't look presentable. One of the key factors of why we do it this way is we want our student athletes to be able to walk away with understanding how they can adopt everything we want to provide them and put their own spin on their personal brand. His nails are trimmed. Why is that important?
It starts the moment you step foot on campus. You know, someone's here to try to help boost you in your career, and this event will help you prepare yourself to know how to handle yourself in those situations.
Having that opportunity to draw attention to your personality is what's important, not the distraction of what you're wearing.
You know, I think at the end of the day, all of us in the athletic department here, it's about the student-athlete experience, and this is part of the experience, preparing them for life after their student-athlete experience here at Pitt.
Those big 3, it's finance, banking, healthcare. You're always going to be business professional, so you always want to dress a step up.
But most importantly, it gives our student-athletes the tools to continue to help them grow.
Sports do not last forever, and not a lot of people make it professional, and some sports don't even have it professionally. So it's also just great just to learn these things so that when you do have the opportunity to go out into the business world, you already have a step ahead of the game.
Like they said, you know, people make assumptions about you within the first 30 seconds, so I think this is very important for us to get the knowledge and how we're supposed to present ourselves, so that way we're ready when the moment comes, whenever that moment is.
Hey, this is the Kathy and John Pelusi Family Life Skills Program, and you're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
Because you're going to shake someone's hand, and next time in part 2 we actually talk about how to have.
Thank you for watching Pitt Beyond the Script.